Welcome to Season 3 of On the Spot at PCC, your go-to source for what's happening around Portland Community College. We're diving into some big changes and new spaces, from the academic affairs restructure, updates in PSEC, to goats and guide dogs, and everything in between. Stay tuned. We're bringing you the stories that shape our work, our students, and our future right here on the spot. I'm your host, Ellen Payne, Internal Communications Manager, and today's episode is all about change and how it's creating new opportunities for both students and staff. We're talking with Vicky Lopez Sanchez, Vice President of Student Affairs, to learn more about what's changing, what it means for faculty and staff, and how these changes will benefit students. So let's go. Welcome, Vicky. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question is, what prompted this restructure of student affairs, and how long has it been in the works?
It's a great question. This restructure was prompted really by a need to better align our organizational structure with the evolving needs of our students, and really to address a long-standing challenge around fragmentation. And so there's been, unclear reporting lines, siloed services, and over the years, I'd say that multiple student affairs programs were added or shifted without really a comprehensive strategy, which really created a lot of confusion and inefficiencies. And so the current restructure really has been in development for over a year now. It began when an in-depth review of how our departments are organized. And so we sought feedback from leadership, from staff. We did an analysis of peer institutions and really sought guidance from colleges' strategic goals. The goal was not simply to reorganize, but to create a structure that strengthens collaboration, that centers around student belonging and success, and really builds a more sustainable and supportive work environment for our staff.
How did input from staff and leadership shape the final structure?
Throughout this entire process, we really were intentional about seeking input from across the college. So that included senior directors, staff at all levels, student affairs, academic affairs leadership, as well as cabinet. And feedback was also collected through structured leadership meetings, through working sessions, as well as ongoing one-on-one conversations. The input really helped clarify the programmatic intersections, the staffing capacity, and ultimately the student needs. While not all feedback led to immediate changes, it deeply informed how we approach the final structure, particularly in placing programs based on how they support students over time. And so rather than solely focusing on function or department, we looked at the student journey and how they fit into the different areas of the division.
Yes, we'll talk about the student journey in a bit. Looks like a lot of good thought went into this. Can you walk us through the three core divisions and what each will focus on?
Yes. So Student Affairs unit is now structured into three main divisions. We used to be 6. We cut down to 5 and are now down to 3. Beginning with Student Affairs, that division really provides strategic leadership and operational support for student development, success, and policy implementation. So it includes areas such as the student support and intervention, care and conduct, Title VI, Title IX, and appeals and complaints resolutions. Student Affairs also coordinates compliance efforts related to the student experience. Enrollment Management and Student Success then really focuses on the full enrollment cycle. So from outreach and recruitment through registration, then advising and retention strategies. And that's not something you hear very often in enrollment management. Folks will see enrollment management as just outreach and recruitment, getting that enrollment, those enrollment numbers and percentages, but we're really focused on the retention piece. We want students to be successful when they arrive at PCC, and those are goals that, we are seeking at the very start when meeting with students. So this division is home to programs like admissions, advising, financial aid, orientation, and student success. And it supports really a seamless onboarding in data-informed student progression. The last division is student well-being, engagement, and belonging. This centers student identity, wellness, and community connection. It includes our resource centers, the ASPCC student government, and college access programs such as Yes to College and the Margaret Carter Skill Center, programs that are supporting students to access college and build skills. They're either doing a high school completion or a GED. And the division really emphasizes belonging, social emotional development, and co-curricular learning, really ensuring that students feel seen, supported, and engaged outside of the classroom.
Great. Well, you've really described well how the programs help students on their journey. Were there any specific challenges or gaps that the model was designed to address?
Yeah, that's a great question. The new structure really was aimed to address a longstanding challenge, which I, mentioned before, fragmentation. So previously, overlapping services were scattered across units, which created duplication and left gaps in student support. So by organizing into these three interconnected divisions, we're creating a clear lanes of accountability while improving that collaboration between the teams. So students ultimately will benefit from a more seamless and responsive experience from the moment they explore PCC to enrollment to navigating support systems that help them persist and complete. So this model also provides greater visibility for programs that support identity, access, and well-being, which are critical to student success.
So I heard recently that one of PCC's college access programs won some great recognition in the outside world. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, the College Access Latinx Initiative, also known as CALI, was recently recognized as a finalist in Excelencia in Education's Examples of Excelencia. There were 12 finalists selected, and Portland Community College was one of them. And it's a national recognition for the great work that they've done. Last year, they were an example to watch. And this year they were a finalist. So it really shows the great effort and ongoing support and growth that the program has experienced in supporting students who are the first in their family to go to college. Um, may not have the financial means to do so, providing that navigational support of understanding what college is, and really just being available for students and their questions.
That's wonderful. So, what can staff and faculty expect as we move through fall and winter?
So in the fall, we're really focused on stabilizing roles, clarifying decision making, and strengthening cross divisional communication. Teams will continue to refine their workflows and really define their shared priorities. We also plan to have hired the new leadership roles. And so we have a new Dean of Career and Academic Planning that is in the works now, and the Program Dean of Career Services, which will be posted here soon. These positions are really going to support team capacity and cohesion. And then winter, we'll introduce more structured opportunities for that cross training that's so important in order for this team to really work seamlessly. That is necessary. Also, collaborative planning and building feedback loops. We also anticipate onboarding the leadership team. So by that point, we shall have the two deans in place and provide onboarding.
That's great. A lot of work ahead, but very, very great work. So, finally, what does success look like a year from now? If you could look into your
My globe,
vision
yes.
forward. Yes.
So 1 year from now, if I can dream and I know that we're going to make this work, I believe that success is going to mean that staff understand where their work fits within the larger student experience. That because of that, students are going to feel that support. It's coordinated, it's relevant, and responsive to their needs. We will have improved communication, and we know that's key. Improved communication across units, clear accountability structures, and more student-centered decision-making. Most importantly, I think success means that more students are going to feel a sense of belonging here at PCC, that they will be supported holistically, that it's not just academics, that we need to be considering what's happening outside of school and persist toward their academic and career goals.
That's great. We'll have to have you back next year to see how we're doing.
Our assessment, yes.
Well, thank you, Vicky, for breaking this all down for us. The restructure is a big step toward being a more connected, collaborative, equity-driven college, and appreciate all the work you're doing. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in and all you do to support PCC students.